have the option of going outside the App Store for payments. This is very important because I think it's kind of hanging in the background. You know, Apple will most likely appeal that ruling, but it kind of brings into question, you know, we have
and advanced phone for $69.98 per month with over 99.9% network reliability. Call 833-919-2113. That's 833-919-2113.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and thank you for watching. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies. We bring you the innovators behind the companies making the headlines in that space. Some are sponsored, some are invited. All are curated and focused on telling you, the viewers, their story. Here we go. Sologenic is an ecosystem that tokenizes stocks, ETFs, and commodities on demand. And with me is CEO and founder Bob Ross. Welcome. Great to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Jane.
Yes. So provide a quick introduction about Sologenic. You know, what are you doing? What are you aiming to do with the financial markets?
Absolutely. Sologenic allows users and global investors to tokenize and access over 40,000 stocks and ETFs from top 30 global stock exchanges like NASDAQ, NYSE, London Exchange, and etc. Truly, we believe that Wall Street is a little bit outdated, and blockchain technology can play a very important role in disruption of the industry. Tokenization can bring a huge value, into the traditional financial market. Imagine that if global institutional investors and retail investors, they have access to all of these exchanges, global exchanges, on one single platform, and they can actually trade multiple assets against each other at the same time at a very low cost that can help them to manage their portfolio in a better way, easier, and that potentially can bring more value and more cash flow into the market.
So that's really the problem that you're solving. Would this be more democratic? I mean, would it bring more people into the market, being able to be the fact that it's tokenized? And what does that mean for an investor? Exactly.
So it means that investors, they can actually tokenize assets. It means that once an asset is tokenized on our central platform, users, investors, users, they can actually take the asset outside of the platform. They can have the self-custody of the assets. They can even trade these assets 24/7. Versus the market average, the limitation of the market average we have, on the decentralized exchange. Not only that, we do offer more unique features.
Yes.
For example, fractional trading. That means that you can trade as little as $1. If you can even invest $1 into Amazon stocks right now, it's over $3,000. Or cross trading. That's a very unique feature. That means that let's say you have Tesla stock, right? It's a tokenized asset. You take that tokenized asset outside of our central platform, you put it on the DEX, and there are other people, other investors that they own, let's say Amazon stocks, right? you can convert your Tesla directly to Amazon stocks without having to go through conversion to fiat then fiat to Amazon.
Very interesting.
So it's a shortcut, and we cut a lot of cost here.
Yeah, how interesting. Yeah, I've never seen that before. I've seen the fractional trading, but not the cross, so that's interesting. So how are you in compliance with security regulations? I mean, and you're headquartered in Canada, right?
No, Estonia.
Oh, Estonia. Okay,
Europe,
so Spain's a blockchain. So, so how do you navigate all the securities, regulations globally?
Yes. In terms of regulations, there are two different regulations involved here. We're talking about securities regulations and AML regulations. For securities regulations, you probably know we are obtaining our securities brokerage firm license, which is called MiFID inside EU. That license gives us the opportunity to offer trading of securities to the European residents, and we can passport the service, outside of Europe to certain countries. So that's for the security side of the matter. We are active inside Europe at this moment, and this is how we are fully in compliance with securities regulations. In terms of AML, obviously, all users, they have to go through the KYC and AML procedure, which is very standard in the industry. The way that now the question is, how do we authorize investors to trade these securities outside of our platform on the decentralized exchange? That's the question here. So fortunately, because we are using XRP ledger technology, if users, they want to trade these tokenized stocks outside of our platform on the decentralized exchange, each user, they have to whitelist their wallet address. The way it works, with the XRP ledger technology, there is a feature, it's called trust line. It means that you need to open a trust line from your private wallet with Sologenic ecosystem in order to be able to trade that specific stock. So that means that you have to go through KYC and AML. So at any point of time, we do understand who owns what assets. And that's exactly what is required by authorities. And this is how we are in compliance with.
Interesting, yeah.
So we make it we give you more freedom, but at the same time, we make sure that we meet the expectation of big brothers.
Thank you, and thank you as well. Another week and another hack to talk about here today. And of course, we have our go-to person on all of this global security and data, Alon Gahi, the CEO of GlobeX Data, the parent company of Secure. Welcome, Alon. Good to see you again. And feels like we talk about this every time. So the latest is WhatsApp, which is owned by Facebook. So what happened there, and why is that something that people need to be aware of?
So WhatsApp, which is, of course, the most famous messaging app in the world, which is free because they basically take your data and sell it to advertiser. WhatsApp got fined, I think, 225 million euro by the Irish government for selling people's data to Facebook. Well, they do it every day. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. It's part of the same ecosystem. And this time they got fined because they broke some European regulation. But 250 million US is a drop in the bucket for Facebook when they make tens of billions every year from your data and my data, right? And they sell it to advertisers or other people. And of course, they don't secure it. So, a malicious hacker can come in either on your phone within 8 minutes if they have your phone number, or they can go and hack an advertiser and steal your data, your credit card info, and then sell it in the dark web.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like it's this unwinnable thing, but you have a solution, and explain how secure works and how these kind of things can be prevented with your platform.
Well, our solution called Secure or Secure Messenger essentially doesn't use your phone number to register. So already you're taking away that whole easy access from hackers to your phone. You can use Secure Messenger without divulging that you're using it. I mean, nobody knows you. You know, if somebody has your phone number, they can hack into your WhatsApp, Signal, or other device. But you know, if we don't use phone numbers, nobody can get in. We also have a way to send secure messengers to people who don't have secure. And I want to talk about the financial industry. Everybody in the financial industry uses WhatsApp, whether they say, admit, or they deny it. Everybody does. If not, it's Signal, but it's the same thing. So in WhatsApp, if you're a broker and you talk to your client, hey, I got you your 1,000 Swiss shares or whatever, you know, that's going to be information that's out in the open. And then the customer who has that money to buy the 1,000 shares essentially now is also a potential target. And that information is all out there. You got contracts being sent, everything through WhatsApp. I see it, whether it's real estate, financial, conversation about financial transaction. So the financial sector and also the lawyers and the accountants and so forth are going to be a prime target for us to reach, because with Secure, we don't use open source coding. We don't use big tech platforms. We host everything in Switzerland, which has the strictest data privacy laws in the world. And we have that technology, that proprietary tech that we use that is, I'm going to say virtual, because you never say you're never unhackable. But you know, we've never been hacked since we started in 2008 in Switzerland. So that's a pretty good record. And also, you don't divulge your phone number. So somebody can talk to another secure person, or they can message a client through Secure, and they get an email notification to click, and it opens a tunneling to chat together, and then you self-destruct the thing and you're gone. So that's a much better way than using WhatsApp.
Yeah. Well, WhatsApp I know is used a lot country to country. So if I'm traveling somewhere, you know we can all, because it's global, we can always communicate on WhatsApp, but that is also a danger.
So that's a danger. And actually, you bring a good point. We are going to bring secure voice at the end of the year, because today you can do messaging, email, and you can record a voice message, but it's not the same as calling. A lot of these long distance things that you're talking about, people you want to make a call to Dubai or India, a lot of people are going to use, you know, something like WhatsApp. Whereas with us, once we have the voice system, you'll be able to make the same phone calls as well. And you can even call someone that doesn't have the app, which is amazing.
Yeah. And now you're launching this amazing marketing campaign. I'm so happy when I see your ads. I've seen them in the subway. I've seen them on TV. So talk about that and how you're launching with Newsmax.
Well, thank you, Jen. I'm glad you see. We want to be everywhere. And as we mentioned earlier, New York is a nucleus of our campaign in the US, because once you're known in New York, you're known all over the US. You know, New York is a center of finance, business, and many other things. And it's got a good density of population. So as of today, we're starting our 80 commercials a month on Newsmax.
Well, exciting. It sounds like you're doing all the right things to build your business along. So good to talk to you again.
Thank you, Jane. And thanks everyone for watching us.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure is 100% private and does not collect or sell any of your personal data. Secure's Helix technology connects you securely to our Swiss servers without the need of a VPN, guaranteeing privacy and security for all your communications. Secure Messenger doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. Chat by Invites allows you to chat privately and securely with anyone outside of your secure network without the need for others to download Secure. Secure Send offers you a private and secure way to email anyone outside of Secure. You won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email or instant messaging application. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
BlackBird Biotech has various biotech products, including Mite Extreme, which is a plant-based pesticide for spider mites. So with me, CEO Fabian Denault to explain more about this. And Fabian, I remember last time you were talking about uplisting the stock to the OTC market. Explain where that stands.
Well, the OTC market contacted us last week to let us know that even though it's been a couple of months that we've been in review process, we're still in the review process. Expect resolution to that any day now.
Okay. And then you're also talking about starting sales numbers for Mite Extreme. Has that process started yet?
It has. We had some supply chain issues. Those have been resolved. We've been able to start blending. We've had our first sales here this month, and we continue to build our marketing database. And we're getting a lot of feedback because we have the only food grade plant-based biopesticide on the market. So it's very exciting. And sales have started here in Montana. I had some in Nevada as well. So we're starting to see that where we're registered, the sales are picking up.
Yeah, well, that's certainly a unique concept, is the plant-based pesticide. So now, what are you looking for funding to help with that marketing and the sales efforts with Mite Extreme?
Yeah, we just filed a regular offering last week. I also learned last week that we'll be able to start taking subscriptions in that offering at the end of this week. We're expecting to raise between $1 and $2 million, all of that, most of that, which will be used to build our Mite Extreme sales. We've been talking to a couple possible national sales managers. We want to bring on somebody who's very strong in that market to lead us there. So we're very excited about that, and it all seems to be coming together well.
Nice. So now what about state qualification for the pesticide? Like, I know the EPA, there's a lot of different levels of regulation. How are you navigating all of that? Where does that stand?
So once you get EPA approval, then you have to register each of the states now with their state EPAs. With that, some of them actually have listings for specific crops such as cannabis. So right now we're registered in 7 states: Colorado, Washington, Oregon. We're also being permitted for use in the cannabis, Nevada, Montana, Oklahoma. We're on their list. We continue to put applications in. We have another 12 applications that are pending in 12 states, and we'll be submitting for the rest of the nation here and Washington, D.C. as well over the next week and a half or so.
Mm-hmm. And then what about the update on the testing that was done on the Botanical Research in Motion in Vancouver?
I'm happy you asked about that. The testing results are off the charts. Things we didn't expect, we knew but hadn't verified. That testing has gone very well. We're waiting for that whole report to be put together by the end of this month, and it's going to be some groundbreaking information that's going to be out there.
So that could really be a pivotal report in terms of where you go from here.
Yes, I think it will. You know, we did a lot of testing up there in Canada right now on hemp. We're doing testing in other places on vegetables. But with the ability for Mite Extreme not only to kill mites, but works on other insects and molds and mildews, we've seen things that I was slightly aware of when I developed it, but am blown away with the actual lab results.
Interesting. And then there was also some testing in Israel too. What is that, and what's the status of that?
We're testing with a large ag chemical company in agriculture up there, mainly on eggplants and cucumber crops. That's ongoing right now.
Well, thank you so much, Fabian, for coming by with an update.
Jane, thank you, and you have a wonderful day.
You too.
Enjoy the benefits of the world's first patented time-release hemp-based CBD topical cream. Hourglass has achieved increased topical bioavailability of cannabinoids that slowly release our CBD over an extended period of time. Hourglass is 99% CBD, THC-free, and lab-tested, and verified by scanning our QR codes. Visit hourglassonlinestore.com.
time we talked to American Premium Water, they had announced this exciting sponsorship of AVP Volleyball, and now they are there. So great to have you guys in Chicago. CEO Ryan Fischoff and the COO David Howell. First of all, set the stage for me. I know you're somewhere because I hear the PA system. Explain where you are and what's going on.
Sure. So we're at the AVP Chicago Open in Oak Beach on the pier in Chicago, and we're having a great time. We have a sponsorship tent. Cali Bear is the official CBD sponsor of the AVP, and we're really excited. And we're as we're about to roll out our product. I know we just announced this week that our CBD product is now available for pre-order on CaliBearLife.com. So this is another step in our overall retail launch strategy. There'll be a full launch later this month, early October. So we're very, very excited.
So talk to me a little bit about the actual product and why is it a good fit with AVP?
Sure. So I actually have some product right here.
This is
one of our tinctures, our CBD tinctures. And you mentioned why it's a good fit with the AVP. We also have Cbd Lip Balm right here. And obviously the beach, being out on the beach, this is a great product for not just volleyball players, but anyone enjoying a day on the beach or a day outside, active lifestyle. And that's really what we think is a great aspect of the the Cali Bear brand, is that it's an active lifestyle that invokes the beach, active sports, not just volleyball. Volleyball encompasses a lot of that, but there's other sports too. So we're very excited, and that's why AVP is a great partner for us. They help with they help get the message out about the benefits of CBD. The players can talk about how CBD is part of their regimens for training as well as recovery while they play. So we're very, very excited.
And if I may interject, our pain cream is very, very, it's a number one here. The reason why we don't have it is we're waiting for our second shipment because it's already been given out.
It's already been sold out. So we're very, very excited.
So tell me about the pain cream. Is that for an athlete would like that for sore muscles or something?
Yes, we represent about eight of the athletes, the top athletes here at the AVP, and that's one of the things that they use is the pain cream daily. We had other players come by the tent. We had their parents come by the tent. Everybody that came by the tent tried it and came back about 15 minutes later high-fiving us.
Yeah.
So
that's a good thing.
And the pain cream isn't just for athletes. It's definitely designed for athletes, but it works very well with people who are not athletes. I know it works well with with especially older people who have arthritis or other issues with pain and discomfort. It's very effective.
Yeah.
So we've been really excited about the response and then the response to the cream. And that's just one of the products that we'll be featuring. We have waters coming out later this fall, beverage CBD relax shots. So we're very excited about as part of this retail rollout and how it's going to help sales and help the business.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot, Jane.
Bye now.
Petproducts.com. Thousands of products. An Al Simon Wee Pad Inventor Company. Fandom Sports Media is changing the way that people interact in real time with sports data and is also creating a marketplace where people can create and trade and sell NFTs. So very exciting to hear about all these new developments that you're doing as CEO David Vinorokhov. Tell us, first of all, let's start with Phantom Compliance. So tell us about the retention of that. What does that mean for the company?
Yeah, so hello, Jay. Nice to see you again, as always. And we just retained Phantom Compliance. They're helping us with all of our internal risk management policies and player and account management. So as you said, we're changing the way that people are able to interact with data from their favorite sports or esports streams. So as an extension of that, while you're making those predictions, we also have wagering licenses that allow actual people to wager money on what is going on in those events. So Phantom Compliance is helping us set up those policies and procedures that will allow us to license our technology to third parties to embed in the platforms that they operate with their communities. Furthermore, we're also building out an NFT marketplace, which will be unique in the world, which will allow people to create NFTs on the fly. So as they're watching their favorite content, they can hit a record button, create an NFT, buy, sell, trade them, do what they will. And, that's going to require us following a lot of rules and regulations in different marketplaces around the world. So Phantom Compliance is coming in. We're putting all of that, those controls in place. So that we can, start launching in select target markets around the world. Okay, I see. Very interesting. So what's in store for Phantom Media this fall? Well, number one, Phantom Compliance is helping us get all of our housekeeping in order to go after specific markets and jurisdictions around the world. We're going to be adding team members that are going to help us facilitate entrance into those new markets. While we're going to be compliant in each and every market around the world, we're going to be signing up pilot projects as well with specific leagues, both in esports and sports, to demonstrate to them and to their fan bases how they can get more engaged with their content, whether it's streamed or broadcast, how to create NFTs, how to trade them, and just how to have a more robust user experience as opposed to just watching something like we do traditionally on TV right now. Oh my goodness. Everything is changing. It's fascinating. So explain the NFTs. I mean, the popularity of them. I mean, where do you see that market going? NFTs are really super exciting. One of the leading platforms in the last month alone just had $3.3 billion of transactions on its marketplace, which was a 900% increase just from the month before. So the trajectory and the growth that we're seeing is just phenomenal. A lot of other companies are focusing on, the content of what's in that NFT. So whether it's a still image, whether it's a video clip, whether it's a unique GIF, which is, 3D rendering, what we're trying to do is really to increase the scalability and the speed at which people can buy, sell, and trade and create these NFTs. When I was growing up, I used to collect baseball cards, right? So this is just an evolution. I don't think a year ago I had heard of NFTs, and then maybe sometime around the winter when Beeple sold the painting was when and how it's exploded. It's unbelievable. And it's just a whole new market and ecosystem, as you mentioned. It's fascinating. Yeah, no, we're going to have, hopefully for our next update, we're going to have some more news on specific initiatives that we're undertaking with some content creators, again, with some teams. But, when you see, the artwork that Beeple created, it's selling for $70 million. Certainly the market isn't going anywhere. And, just as we saw with cryptocurrencies, going back 5-6 years, everyone said, oh, it's just a flash in the pan. And now we see a sector that's a multi-trillion-dollar sector. Yeah. So I think the adoption will grow. Youngsters coming up are very familiar with that ecosystem. Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be really interesting to see as the market evolves, the new directions that the market will go into. So like I said, we're very excited to be a part of that marketplace, and we're very excited to keep everyone posted on what we're doing in it. Well, I look forward to hearing more about what you're doing. So it's always interesting. Thank you so much, David, for coming. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate your time as well.
I've been at Fox Business for 12 years because I'm invested in my viewers big time. There are smart people on Wall Street making money off all of this. Why can't you? We care about your success, and we want to be a part of it.
Fox Business, invested in you.
My name is Randall. As I was getting older, I felt like I wasn't getting.
Buying a home can be really complicated and expensive, with closing costs alone costing thousands of dollars. With SDCCU zero closing costs mortgages, it doesn't have to be. Closing costs include things like title services, appraisal, and more. On an average priced Southern California home, you could save almost $5,000. With all that money you save, you can decorate your home, work on some DIYs, or take up a new hobby. SDCCU, it's not big bank banking, it's better.
Fire the camera. 4, 3, 2. All right, here we go, ladies.
It's showtime.
He take that drop step, he's dunking it on.
I thought you actually had done your homework.
I will give it back to you, plus shipping and handling.
What? I will bet you all you want to bet.
What is happening?
Brought to you by Maestro Dobel Tequila. We're proud to be the first official tequila of the PGA Tour. Maestro Dobel Tequila. Smoothness mastered. Please drink responsibly.
Attention, Californians. September 14th is the gubernatorial recall election. If you received your ballot in the mail, remember that you have options for how to return your ballot. You can drop your ballot in the mail without a stamp. All ballot return envelopes in California have prepaid postage. Or you can drop your ballot off at your county elections office, a ballot drop box, or any polling place or vote center. Make a plan to vote today. Your vote is your voice.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darts there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future.
Been really sad. I mean, these businesses have not closed like this